What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12, Episode 2 review. I have some behind the scenes tea for you guys, some right now and some during the middle of this review. But the first bit of behind the scenes tea is on Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't know if you all have heard, but Monique Samuels was officially charged with second-degree assault after an alleged fight with Candace Dillard. So, Candace filed a complaint directly with the court's commissioner on Thursday, November 7th. The court records say the commissioner found probable cause in Dillard's complaint, issuing a summons for Samuels to appear in court on December 23rd. Dillard's personal attorney, James L. Walker Jr., provided people with this exclusive statement. At this time, we do not want to say too much and just allow the criminal process to play out. We only ask everyone to pray for our client, Candace, and her family. So allegedly, what happened was while filming, they were at a vineyard and Candace and Monique had words. Candace allegedly threw a drink in Monique's face, and Monique then proceeded to grab her by her wig and yank her. I've heard reports that she yanked the wig off. Then I've heard other reports that she just yanked her hair. Now, you know, last season, Candace repeatedly told Monique to drag me, Monique, drag me. Well, she got dragged and now she want to run to the police. I officially cannot stand Candace. She needs to go. She's too fucking toxic and she does the most and she's childish as fuck. I want to see her fucking leave the show now. So that is my bit of tea on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so now let's get into my review. So we start off tonight's episode with Cynthia. She meets up with Kandi and Porsha to discuss the Dennis situation, with Sincerely Ward coming up to them at OLG saying that she has not slept with Dennis and that she doesn't even know him. Kandi doesn't like that Kenya was the one to bring it up because they told her not to and it wasn't her place. And I agree. It wasn't Kenya's place and she shouldn't have said anything. She should have left it up to them. Porsha asked why they waited to tell her, and Kandi said, I didn't want it to look like here come Kandi with some more news about Dennis. We're already in an iffy spot. We're trying to work on our friendship. So I understood exactly where Kandi was coming from with that. And Porsha does too. Porsha says that she's heartbroken over what Dennis did because she trusted him. Cynthia asks, how is it with them living together since things are very strained? And she tells them, well, we're not living with each other right now. Kandi and Cynthia were very shocked by this information. She tells them that Dennis asked for the ring back and she gave it to him. And they was like, what? He asked for the fucking ring back? I wouldn't go back with that nigga just for that. You cheated on me and then you gonna ask me for my motherfucking ring back, bitch? Like, I'm the problem? Like, I did you wrong? Just for that alone, bitch, I wouldn't go back with him. Fuck that. Because he's a petty nigga. That shows the level of petty and childishness with that pot-bellied pig of a man of hers. So I'm like, how you gonna be ugly and petty? You can't be both, nigga. So Kandi says that Porsha ain't been looking like herself lately. She out here wearing flats and shit. Like, I was like, but that ain't even got nothing to do with her being heartbroken. That's her being a fucking new mama. The bitch is tired. So Cynthia calls Eva at Dish Radio while she's getting her makeup done. Cynthia tells her they were talking about her after she left Kenya's party. And Eva like, I am not with the shits this year. Basically, these hoes need to keep my name out their mouth. She said it is not enough edges in this group to be snatching up these ponytails this season. But if she have to, she will. I was very shocked by that phone call from Cynthia, because it seems like Cynthia is going to be the new bone carrier. Like, what is she doing? Like, why would she even call Eva to tell her that? When did her and Eva become so close? But apparently they are very close now. So I'm kind of like clocking Miss Cynthia's behavior. So Kenya took... so here's some other behind the scenes tea for you guys. So Kenya's segment comes up, but right now in real time, Kenya has taken her daughter Brooklyn to Paris for her first birthday. It's just Kenya, the baby, and a few of her, I don't know if they're family members or friends or a nanny or whoever, but Mark is not with them. It's just her and the baby and her girlfriends. She did celebrate Brooklyn's birthday in New York with Mark. She says that they're trying to figure things out. They haven't filed for divorce. So we're going to see where this relationship goes. But I just thought that was so dope that she took her baby to fucking Paris for her first birthday. So during Kenya's segment, she says that she was shocked that Mark acts like he don't know nothing about kids when he has two older ones. And I was like, I don't understand why you're shocked by this, because he probably wasn't around when his kids was little, being that he isn't around Brooklyn. This is why I get so frustrated with these celebrities that run off and marry somebody after 6 months or a year. You're just not starting to know these people's quirks, their mannerisms, their personality traits, until like after a year. Like, and so then you get married and you're stuck with this motherfucker, and you're starting to realize this shit about them that you necessarily don't like or vibe with, but now you're married. Like, wait, what is the rush? So she tells him that Brooklyn is advanced and beating all the other kids in her swim class. And he says, so you're competing with the other children. And he makes his comment. You see her kind of like jump back ajar, but she like brushes it off and doesn't say anything because the cameras are rolling. And she says in her confessional that she feels he doesn't value her as a parent and let her thrive. So I didn't know how to take that comment, but it's obvious that their personalities don't really mesh. And she's starting to realize that. But once again, she shouldn't have rushed to get married to this motherfucker so quickly. So Noelle and Cynthia are together, and Noelle points out that Cynthia doesn't really act like she misses her now that she's with Mike. And I was like, bitch, we are newly separated moms, not separated, but we are newly free mothers. Our children are out of the house. Noelle is going to college. Tyrese is going to college, even though he still stay with me. But like, bitch, we got us some dick. Of course we ain't thinking about you. She over there fucking on Mike, and I'm over here fucking on Partisan Fontaine and Shia LaBeouf at the same time. I got me two dicks now. Not just one, but two, because you can't put all your all into one nigga. So now I got two, Shia LaBeouf and Partisan Fontaine. Get at me. So, Noelle points out that she now know what real loves look like now that Cynthia is with Mike, because when she was with Peter, she felt like she was just arguing back and forth and putting up with a lot of stuff that she shouldn't have, which is a very, like, it's a very intricate observation, especially for somebody of her age. And when she, they did a flashback of her asking Cynthia, did she have low self-esteem? She was like 15 or 16 years old when that was said. So Noelle is a smart girl. So Noelle tells her mama that she finds a couple of girls on campus attractive. Cynthia admits that Noelle did tell her that she's sexually fluid, but she didn't know that she was so sexually fluid that she out her actually courting and macking. I think that's dope that Noelle is comfortable with who she is. She's coming into her own as a woman. She's coming into who she is sexually. And I'm happy that she has parents that are allowing her to be herself and having open conversation with her and having open dialogue, and I'm making her feel like what she's doing with her body sexually is wrong or in any type of shape, way, or form. I wish more parents handled the situation like Cynthia and hopefully Leon are handling it. So Marlo meets with Kandi at this little fun place for kids or whatever, and she tells her that she's been keeping her sister kids for the past 5 months. Her nephew apparently called her and said that the mental ward came to pick up his mama and asked could Marlo come get them. Her sister's schizophrenic. Her nephews and stuff are very handsome young men. She starts to cry because it's a lot that she's going through. And I really felt bad for Marlo in that instance, and hopefully everything works out with the kids and the mom and all that stuff. Kandi tells Marlo that she needs to let people know her separately from Nene. And I agree, because she's been so attached to Nene's hip all these years. I think that's why the other ladies don't get along with her. And I think that's a part of the reason why she has not been given a peach all of these years, because she's still playing that sidekick role and not being herself and being separate of Nene and standing in her own truth. Marlo agrees, but she says she hopes that Nene can make amends with everyone in the group, and we know that's not gonna happen. Nene was just out here literally this week saying that she is the queen of the show. The other girls are pretty much just there. She is the HBIC when it comes to this franchise. Girl, that donkey just still up on her high horse. So ain't nobody got time for Nene and her fucking shenanigans. Like, she irks. So Shamia and her baby come to see Porsha and PJ. Porsha tells her that Dennis came over and spent the night and they smashed because her 6 weeks was up. And I was like, that's exactly why he came over, because he knew your 6 weeks was up and he knew you was going to be horny. Duh. Like, motherfuckers just fall into these niggas' traps. She says it didn't mean anything, but that she feels like she made a mistake because she doesn't want him to think that everything is forgiven now that she had sex with him. She says that Dennis wants to go to counseling, and so she's thinking about going. Cynthia and Kenya meet up at this like one of them little spiritual stores with the sages and all that type of shit. So Kenya got her a new Tesla. I think that's what what kind of car that was. Kenya hasn't gotten past Cynthia saying that she heard Eva said she paid Will to date her, even though Cynthia has forgiven Eva. Now, all that went down last season. Sorry, my eyes is itching. But Kenya hasn't gotten over it. Cynthia, however, has. Kenya says that her spirit was pure when she invited Eva to Brooklyn's party, and that she's going to give Eva back her the present that she had bought for Brooklyn. I was like, so we about to have Bunny Gate, like on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I was like, I got time for this storyline. So Kenya gets loud with Cynthia as they're going back and forth, and Cynthia was like, hold up, I am not Brooklyn, like, lower your voice. And I understood where Cynthia was coming from, because you know I love Kenya, like, girl, who you talking to? I am not one of your kids. Kenya, however, doesn't like that Cynthia was sticking up for Eva. And in this instance right here, I understand where Kenya was coming from, because Kenya and Cynthia have been building a very strong friendship over like the last 4 years. They're supposed to be best friends. So not to say that you can't understand both of our viewpoints, but at the least, I would have thought that Cynthia would have said to Eva, I understand your worries, but as her friend, I can assure you she wouldn't have started anything with you around her children or yours. That's not the type of person that she is. I would have at least expected for Cynthia to say that, and that she didn't kind of makes me look at Cynthia sideways. I'm really looking at Cynthia sideways this season. I'm like, am I about to be on Nene's side when it comes to Cynthia? What in the fuck? How y'all feeling about Cynthia? Let's talk down below. So Cynthia, Kandi, and Eva meet at this store, so Cynthia can pick out an outfit for Pride in New York City. Cynthia says, I thought that, Eva comes and she's talking to the store lady about her pregnancy and when she's due. And Eva says that she told Kandi she was pregnant first. And Cynthia was like, I thought you told me first. I thought you were my best friend now. And we all stopped to look like, when the fuck y'all become best friends? Because I was sitting over there to the side because I didn't really feel like trying on no dresses. And I didn't feel like being on camera with them hoes. I ain't had my hair done. I just had my hair pulled up in a little bun or whatever. I had on some glasses, a little sweatsuit. I wasn't even trying to do that much. I wasn't trying to be on camera that day. But when she said that shit, I put my shades down like, since when these hoes become best friends? Okay, shit, last season, Eva was calling you grandmother and all this type of stuff. And now y'all besties. Okay, girl. So Kandi in her confessional was like, when did they become best friends? Like, where in the fuck did this shit happen? And I'm starting to kind of see where Nene was coming from, that Cynthia is a flip-flopper. I'm very surprised that at Cynthia, like, not to say that her and Eva couldn't have gotten close over the last year, but to be best friends now, after only being friends with this bitch a year, that's a bit much. You too old for that best friend shit, Cynthia. So, they end up telling her that Kenya told Porsha about the dinner situation. And Eva say, how did it come up? Kandi say, Kenya said she felt the need to bring it up because Porsha told her that you didn't bring your kids because you didn't know about Kenya's energy. Eva said, I don't tell her what to do with her baby. I owe no one explanation about my kids. Now, I agree with that. You don't have to explain nobody about your parental rules, guidelines, or decisions. Cynthia, however, I do feel like her reason for not bringing them kids was whack and bogus. Like, come on now. Like, what did you really think was going to happen? If what you're saying that you've never really been around her, y'all don't have no beef, then what did you think was gonna happen if you brought your kids? It just doesn't add up to me. Cynthia tells her that she talked to Kenya and that she felt insulted, and Eva say, I don't know Kenya's middle name, let alone her real eye color. I don't know that lady. Child, when she said her real eye color, I died laughing because Kenya and them foggy ass eye contacts that she been wearing since the 90s. If that bitch don't take that shit out her eye because it's not needed, it's not necessary. I don't even know if the color's supposed to be hazel because it don't look hazel, it look murky. It just look a mess. I wish she would take that shit out her eyes. Kandi say maybe she felt some kind of way because how the information was brought to her. And I was like, wow, Kandi is the one coming to Kenya's defense, because that was a very understandable assessment of the situation, because the way Porsha brought it to her was on some shady type mess, making it seem like Eva was doing the most, which Eva was. Eva says that that's my issue because Porsha just had a baby and I tiptoed around her whole little feelings. And Cynthia, she started going off and going in on Porsha, and Cynthia say, Bun, turn down, Bun. That was funny. Eva say she still got her C-section healing and she worried about somebody else's baby. I need to forward her some of these blogs. That'll keep her busy. Bitch. The reads that come from Eva, child. Say what you want. Eva can read the house down. So Eva say she trying to get in everybody else's business, but ain't telling her business. And I was like, catch. So Porsha, okay, so this is the other bit of tea. Now, that whole scene that we just went over, Porsha posted, I'm gonna leave this right here, because she posted that snippet that we saw on tonight's episode on her page. She said, I'm gonna leave this right here. Y'all don't forget this clip. Better yet, don't worry, I'll repost later. Is the answer slide 1 or slide number 2? Shade or no shade? Then she put the snake emoji. Then she says, hashtag stay tuned for the other issue with first clip. And a viewer said, October 2nd, y'all was just cool. I be confused, sis, no shade. Doesn't this just rehash everything that just happened? I'm lost. Porsha responded and said, no, you will see. Definitely not a rehash. It clears up what was said when people try to lie or backpedal. Stay tuned. It will come out what I'm referring to. So remember tonight's episode. Remember that clip. And remember Porsha saying we're going to rehash this shit later. Now, Eva was on The Real, and she had this to say about a snake amongst the group. Hold up.
Tell us some good stuff that we should expect coming up. Well, in the beginning of that, you saw, like, me saying, I told you that lady was crazy.
Yeah.
I did tell them that lady was crazy.
Who's the lady?
You'll see. So this is the culprit. There's a thing that happens this season. We call it Snake Gate. Well, there's a full-on snake in the crew. Wow. And imagine, like, you guys are a close-knit foursome.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, having a snake amongst you guys. Like, it would be the craziest feeling ever. And we're girlfriends, and we hang out, and we don't always get along, and life isn't perfect.
Yeah.
However, there is an expectation of, like, a bottom line.
Yeah.
No, this person crosses the line, hops over it, like, does the Dougie.
For what
It's a mess.
For what game? To make all y'all crash and burn, or to make that
you know what, Kimmy? That's the question I think we're all still asking ourselves and this young lady, because it's like, for what? Yeah. Why did you come and kick up so much?
So you know who the snake is.
Wait, tell us some.
I didn't let y'all see the clip because hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this shit. But they said that it is a newcomer who is the snake. So it could only be either somebody we ain't seen on camera ever that's new to the show this season, or Tanya or Yvonnya. I, however, think that it is Yvonnya that's going to be the one that starts all of the drama, especially with Eva saying that I told y'all that lady was crazy. It has to be Yvonnya. That's who I think that the snake is, and we'll find that out as the season goes. So Porsha heads to therapy with Dennis. I really like the music that they were playing on tonight's episode, kind of making it seem like it was a real drama series that we were watching. I like that added touch with the editing. So she goes into the therapy office. She goes to Dr. Sherry Big Lip Ass, and 35 minutes later, she come walking out crying. She goes home. Lauren comes over to talk to her. Porsha is just boohoo crying, and she tells her what happened when they went to Dr. Sherry. She says that he started crying right off the bat. She started asking him a bunch of questions to find out what exactly was it that he did. He answered her question. She got upset, mushed him in the face, and stormed out. She didn't want to hear anymore after learning he cheated on her while she was pregnant. But I'm like, I feel sorry for, because the woman in me that, has a baby, has been cheated on, feels sorry for Porsha. But then the other side of me and Porsha are the same goddamn age. Either if we're not the same age, I know she like maybe a year younger than me or a year older than me, or we either the same age. But regardless of the fact, you too old to be making these type of foolish rookie mistakes. You were warned repeatedly about this nigga. You went full steam ahead saying you didn't give a fuck. You didn't want to hear nothing about what he was out here doing. You didn't want to know nothing. You didn't want to hear nothing. You just wanted to be with this nigga. Okay. So now you're getting what you asked for, Evelyn. This is the same thing with Evelyn Lozada and Ocho Cinco. He sat there in her face, said he wanted to fuck other bitches, and she sat up there and said, well, as long as you tell me first, he fucked another bitch, and then she got mad because he didn't tell her first. But the point of the matter is he still wanted to fuck other bitches. So it's like the logic of it all. You didn't want to know what this nigga was out here doing. You wanted to be blissfully in denial. You wanted the coats and the furs and the look of it all. You wanted the ring. You wanted the baby. You wanted the marriage. But you didn't really want to do the work. You didn't really want... It didn't matter who was the man in your life. You just wanted a man in your life, period. So he could have been Joe Schmo around the corner. You didn't give a fuck. So that's why this relationship ain't gonna go nowhere, even outside of him cheating, because you're so invested in the look of it all and not really being invested in the man and the relationship. And you're so busy trying to find love, but you gotta love yourself, sis, because a woman that loves herself would never be with a man that say, I don't really want to hear about whether he cheating or he got a tattoo of this woman on him and that woman. I don't want to know none of it. A grown-ass woman don't move like that. That's little girl moves. And Porsha still very much moves like a little girl. So I can't feel sorry for her when Kandi tried to tell her, we tried to warn her through the television. Now you done got pregnant and so shocked when you find out this nigga was cheating on you with his ugly ass. So you get what you motherfucking give, sis. So I can't really feel sorry for her because she knew better, but she didn't care. So don't care now, sis. So Porsha feels like some things aren't forgivable. She doesn't, however, deny that she didn't feel like some shit was wrong. Remember on their little reality show this summer, when she found out that he was still texting another female, like the signs is all there. She now feels like everything was a lie. Lauren starts to cry because she doesn't want Porsha to go through what she's been going through as a single mother. And Porsha, like, you know what I'm saying? You got through it. I want to be that strong. I want to be like that because some things you just can't forgive. But we all know she ends up forgiving his ass. So what's good for the goose is good for the motherfucking gander. I give tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I give it an A-. It was a good episode. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. And I will see you guys on the next video. Love you. Bye.